Good morning, Melissa with Wild Bloom Homestead. Thanks for turning into my channel. I'm coming to you early in the morning on a Monday. I am going to be very busy today. I'm going to be trying to get a couple of videos edited. I have to work. I have to do some meal prep, breakfast, lunches, and dinners for my husband for this week. My husband is more than capable of making his meals. It makes me feel better as his wife to do that. I have to do some stuff out in the garden to make sure it's okay because I am getting ready to go travel to see my oldest daughter and her husband and my grandbabies. So I am very busy, moving very slow. I have tore the tendon, we think, on the top of my foot, where your foot is like this and it does this motion. I struggle, like when I come up and kind of come down, like right in here, it's painful. My husband is very sweet, and I have bad circulation in my legs, and he'll rub my legs, literally, no joke, every night, and I can't even stand for him to do that. So we've been icing it, and I've been drinking marshmallow tea for the inflammation, just trying to get through, kind of reducing the pain. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to be okay to drive. But I thought I would take a minute. I have posted 2 videos by the time you see this one on compost and one on some natural fertilizers. So I thought I would talk to you about what to do with which fertilizer you made. So let's read. I am pulling out my handy dandy book because it's what I used when I got started, and my journals. This way I don't forget to tell you something. But what I wanted to talk to you first is that deficiencies in your soil that require you to amend it. There's different things. You're amending because you are discovering that something's going on with your plant, something's not right, or you're amending it for the season. Those are 2 very different scenarios. What I'm focusing on is amending problems when they're deficient in something. So just like our human bodies, because our plants out in our garden are living things, when we're deficient in something, we start showing signs and signals, and you have to try to figure out what that is and rebalance it. So the things that you will struggle with is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, deficiencies, magnesium, sulfur, and micronutrients. Those are all the things that you have to balance. Some of the fertilizers that I made for you covers an array of those problems, but I want to show you, kind of talk to you about what those are. So from my journaling, some of the things in my past that I would notice that I would have if you're nitrogen deficient. So if your plants are exhibiting that they are nitrogen deficient, they will have smaller than normal leaves, and they will be yellowing, so a solid yellow color on the leaves. It'll almost, not even solid, it will be like a tie-dye look, like it'll be starting to come down the leaf. What's going to happen is it's going to stunt, and it's going to stop your growth very quickly, and your plant is ultimately going to die if you don't fix it. Alfalfa meal solution was one of the ones that I did not get to show you how to make. I will come back and show you how to do that. But coffee grounds, believe it or not, coffee grounds. So I showed a coffee ground elixir, I guess, that you would bake. Put it in a squirt bottle 2 or 3 times a week. Squirt it around the base of your plants. Don't douse it. You're not looking for, it doesn't need to be heavy. It's just like a squirt around the base of the plant 2 to 3 times a week. Fish emulsion, the fish emulsion that I showed you, go around the outside of the plants. Phosphorus, so that is what's going to make your leaves just start dropping off. If it's deficient in phosphorus, like you could tap the plant. It makes me think of a cartoon where you tap it and they all fall down. It won't be that dramatic, but they will easily drop off. Again, this is fish emulsion, helps with that. And poultry manure, not fresh poultry manure. If you put fresh poultry manure around your plants, you might risk burning. So that's why I have different buckets. So like I have my compost bin that I do clean out over there, and then it's gonna sound disgusting, but I go around and I pick up with a plastic Ziploc baggie and I put it in another bucket and I mix it with a little bit of leftover leaves and food and whatever, and I just kind of stir it up in there, and it ultimately becomes my chicken compost. I also have areas where it's real sandy from where I had an old pool, and I'll dig that up because it'll be forever and a day till I get rid of that sand, and I'll mix that in there with that chicken food. That helps break down my soil because it's very clayish. So when I'm amending for crop prep for the season, I'll use that. So if it's potassium, the outside, if your plants are potassium deficient, the outside of the leaves will have that. If you were ever in high school and you it was a big thing when I was in high school, we would light the letters that we would write to our boyfriends, and it would burn the edges of it to make it look old and antique-ish. And it gave, like, I don't know, it's jagged and it's burnt, and sometimes it'll make the leaves will start to curl a little bit. That's phosphorus deficient. Bone meal will help with that. That's another one I didn't get to show you how to make. To make your own bone meal, literally, if you guys get meat packages or meat from the store, cook them down in some water. Get you a twofold thing here with that. With bone meal, cook the bones in your bone broth. Pull the bones out. Get all the stuff off of them. Put them on a plate. Set them somewhere to dry, or put them in a dehydrator if you don't have that much time. If you put them on a plate to dry, it takes 30 days. It needs to be a hot, warm spot. If you do your dehydrator, it's a day or two. That's my preferred method. But you want them really dry, and you're going to put them then in your mortar, and you're going to grind them down or in a blender, and you're going to seal it, sprinkle it around. Fish emulsion also helps with that, and I'm sorry, not fish emulsion, take that back. Banana peels. So I will take banana peels. You eat a banana in the morning, throw a peel in a Ziploc bag, toss it in the freezer if you don't got time to mess with it. When you have time, you want to spend the day doing it, I take it out, I cut it into chunks, put it on my dehydrator, wait till it dehydrates, and then again in a mortar, press it down, crush it down, or I put it in my blender, and you have your fix for potassium. Cow manure, if you know a farmer, or you can go up to Home Depot, they sell that, I don't know if it's gold or cow gold or what, it's in a yellow bag, I know. And if I can think of it, I'll put the picture up here, but it will help with potassium. And wood ashes. When you have a bonfire, my mouth's getting really dry, I'm sorry, hang on just a minute. Literally just took my bath, got my hair in my hair solution, and drinking coffee before I start my day. If you have a bonfire or you have a fireplace, or you know someone who does, that would give you their wood ashes, tell them to put it in a bucket, you'll collect it, keep it. That is great for your garden as a garden prepper, like to prep the soil for the season, and it's also a good amendment for potassium. So the other thing that I struggled with, calcium and magnesium together. Epsom salt. Not heavy, just sprinkle it around, put it down there. Now you can put the Epsom salt in warm water and stir it up and do a squirt bottle and squirt it around. That's perfectly fine. I do that too. Also, you can do for calcium deficiency, bone meal, egg shells, crush them up. Don't do just big chunks. Crush them in your pedestal thing. And lime. So you get limestone at the store. I don't have a natural way in which to create lime, so I wish I could help you there, but I don't. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. And I'm not talking lime like lime you eat, the fruit. I'm talking limestone. So it's gray and it's powdery, and you do get that up at Home Depot. I've had the same small bag. It costs me then, I want to say $8. Again, if I can find what I get on Home Depot, I'll link it either in this shot or I'll put it down below. But you just get that, you just sprinkle it throughout your gardens. Now, with calcium deficiency, it'll be the base of your plant coming outward that you'll notice that you're having problems, yellowing and whatnot. Yellowing is a good telltale sign there's something going on with your plant. You just got to figure out where it's stemming from, no pun intended. And is it just on the leaf? Is it in the stem? Is it from the base of the plant? Magnesium will tend to be in the center of the leaf. The center of the leaf. So if you're looking at a leaf like this, going down this center, it's going to be yellowish. And then it's going to be like spots in between each vein. So you've got your plant like this, you got the line, and then you got veins that go this way. There'll be like spots through that. Now this is no relation and correlation to diseases. I think I'll probably talk to you more about that as we look at different plants in the garden. I think that would be best. I could do potatoes, sweet potatoes, lettuces, cabbage, brassicas, tomatoes, pepper. Like they all have their own thing that you have to watch out for. If you have any separate questions or comments you'd like to comment below, please feel free to do so, or feel free to reach out to me at wildbloom20@gmail.com. I am currently working on building me a webpage where I will interlink this information on there and my sources and let you know kind of what I've learned through the years. So if you have questions, you can do a quick reference. As always, thank you for watching Wild Bloom Homestead. If you liked what you saw here today, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up just to let me know how I'm doing. I am working really hard to get to 1,000. I appreciate your time. Thank you and God bless.